Okay, great. Yes.
All right, so let's jump in. All right, so if you all will look up at the monitors, you will see that this is the Spalding County State Court. My name is Josh Thacker. I am your judge, and this is the ticket trials calendar call. I want to start out by saying that here in the Spalding County State Court, we believe that each of you, as you interact with this court, deserve the respect and the dignity that you would wish for someone you care about. We will extend that to each and every one of you as we interact with you all here today. Hey, don't talk during court. Our goal is to move your case forward efficiently, return you to your lives promptly. I cannot do that if you're having sidebar conversations, and you'll find out pretty quick I don't have much patience for it. Nobody is virtual, thank goodness. All right, cell phones. So earlier there were instructions up on the screen for you to turn your phones on, but at this point I want everybody to turn your phones off. Phones are specifically designed to distract and disrupt, so everybody pull your phone out of whatever pocket, purse, or pouch you have stashed it in and make certain it is off. You will get a chance to turn it back on later if you didn't get a chance to follow the instructions up there earlier and get them completed. All right, this is the courtroom for you. If you were issued a citation here in Spalding County, you appeared at your arraignment date or it was waived by your attorney and requested a jury trial or a bench trial. If what I'm saying does not sound correct, step out into the hallway, talk to the bailiffs, but it's my understanding the bailiffs have already checked everybody in. Today is what's called your calendar call. So I'm going to go over your rights with you. I'm going to tell you what your options are. And then you or your attorney is going to tell me what to do with your case. You may have a trial. There are two types of trials. There's a jury trial, and that's where 6 jurors sit over there to decide guilt or innocence on each of your charges. And then there's a bench trial. That's where you give me permission to make the guilt or innocence decision with no jury present. You may have a conference with the solicitor's office. That's this group up here to your left. They represent the state of Georgia, and you can ask me about an attorney, and we'll have that conversation. Everyone's charges in this courtroom are misdemeanors. What that means to you is the average misdemeanor has a maximum punishment of 12 months to serve in the Spalding County Jail and or $1,000 fine. A few minor traffic charges like seatbelt have a lower maximum fine, and high and aggravated misdemeanors have up to a $5,000 maximum fine. All right, each of you here have the right to a speedy and public jury trial. That's where 6 citizens of Spalding County decide guilt or innocence on your charges. Again, you can choose a bench trial. A bench trial is where you give me permission to make the guilt or innocence decision with no jury present. You can waive your right to a trial and close your case with a plea if you so choose. I have no preference. You must knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently choose for yourself. Each of you here have the right to be presumed innocent. You have the right to force the state to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt, to cross-examine the state's witnesses, to subpoena your own witnesses and evidence to court. You have the right to testify or not testify, to not incriminate yourself, and if you remain silent, that silence cannot be held against you. All right, each of you here still have the right to have an attorney. You may hire your own attorney, and it's a target-rich environment if anybody wants to talk to any private attorneys while they're here. But if you cannot afford an attorney, then you should have applied with the Public Defender's Office on your arraignment date like I asked you to. I warned you at your arraignment date that if you wanted the Public Defender's Office, you needed to take prompt action or you would very likely waive the right to apply. But if you want to have that conversation, we still can. An attorney would help you understand our criminal justice system, would explain what the charges are and what the defenses are to those charges, would file motions on your behalf, engage in plea negotiations, subpoena witnesses and evidence for your defense, conduct a trial on your behalf, make objections, protect your record, appeal any conviction, and otherwise work to protect you. All right, we are halfway through the most boring and informative PowerPoint you've ever sat through. So we're almost there, y'all. Keep engaged. All right, first offender and conditional discharge. These each allow you to enter a guilty plea without being convicted. You get one of each for your entire life. First offender is for everything but traffic-related charges, i.e. no DUIs, and conditional discharge is for drug-related charges only. All right, this slide is much more applicable to you all. A no-low plea, nolo contendere, a no-low plea is where you enter a guilty plea without admitting guilt, and it is available on most all basic traffic charges. You get one no-low every 5 years, and that is measured from the incident date to the incident date, the ticket date to the ticket date. And no-low will usually prevent points. It'll usually save your license. It will not help you much if you're under 21. Quick show of hands. Who here is under 21 years of age? Raise your hand real high. 1, 2. All right, y'all can take your hands down. So when y'all make your announcements, we need you to tell us what you want to do with your case and then add, and I'm under 21, because Georgia law treats y'all differently than everybody else in the courtroom, and we need to know that. All right, if you're here today and you're not a U.S. citizen, then any conviction will very likely have a negative impact on your immigration status. All right, habeas corpus. This is a weird old law, and they've told me it is my job to explain this weird old law to y'all. So here goes. If you're convicted of these charges by any means, you may sue Spalding County civilly over in Superior Court to challenge your state court conviction. Like I said, weird old law. What I really need you to remember about habeas is that you have 6 months to use those rights on all traffic charges before they expire, and 12 months on all other charges in this courtroom. All right, you may conference today with the solicitor's office. If that's what you want to do, then when your name is called and you're representing yourself, you'll announce conference. Your attorneys will very likely announce conference on your behalf. Several of them actually already have had conferences. If you are announced conference, then you'll wait here in the courtroom until you receive further instructions. I'll remind you again that this group up here to your left, the solicitor's office, they represent the state of Georgia. They are not your attorney. All right, if you reach an agreement, you can resolve your case. If you do not reach an agreement, then you must return to this courtroom for me to personally give you your next set of instructions. That includes signing the verdict form. They're returning to the courtroom doesn't apply to the attorneys. If y'all are not able to work it out, get a verdict form from the solicitor's office, sign it, and you're good to go. All right, so what is our 30 for 30 program? This is something that we're incredibly proud of. Director Matthews, who's head of our Sentence Enforcement Department, came up with this, and here's how it works. It's for those of you who do not wish to go to trial and you want to close your case. You do not wish to be placed on probation, and you do not currently have the funds to pay your fine in full. If those things are all true and you're representing yourself, then ask for a conference, talk to the solicitor's office. You will negotiate a plea. That plea does include probation, but I will delay the start of your probation by 30 days. If you pay your fine in full plus $30 to participate in the program, then your case will close with no probation conditions, and that's how it works. I did ask Director Matthews a couple months ago what our success rate is on this 30 for 30 program, because it's now been in use for 2 years, and she said it's hovering at right at 85%. So we're real proud of that program. It's been a good program. Okay. And I do need to say, if your program is still open 31 days out, your probation does start automatically, but it's not a gotcha. It's pay only probation, and your probation can still close the moment you have satisfy your obligations. All right. If you do receive probation, you'll be supervised by the sentence enforcement team. 100% of all fines in this court may be worked off with community service work at a rate of $10 per hour. Additionally, there's a one-time $50 intake fee per case. There is a $60 per month probation supervision fee, and that is each month until you complete your probation. Now, that fee is mandatory, but it can certainly be waived after a separate hearing before me. All right, so this is a 2-week trial calendar. So what that means to you all is that this is your calendar call here in week 1. And then the trial week is actually the week of, anybody have that handy? That's on me. April 13th. Okay. So, and then your trial week will actually be the week starting April 13th. Now, like I said, this is week 1. This is your calendar call. And then we're going to, like I said, skip a week or so in the middle while we all prepare for trial. And then the week 2 will start the Monday of April 13th. We'll begin at 9 a.m. sharp, so don't be late. And then you'll appear each and every day until your case is resolved. We will use multiple courtrooms in week 2, and your case will be called for trial. All right, do you want to help your friends and family? Because we're still a small enough community, y'all, where everybody knows somebody who knows everybody. So if you recognize the name of someone I'm about to issue a warrant for because they're not here, call them, tell them to get down here, and you'll definitely save them a great deal of future trouble. All right, for the attorneys and any intrepid self-represented defendants, you must let me know if there are any outstanding pretrial motions, speedy trial demands, or anything else I need to factor into the calling of your case for trial. Failure to give me this information or a bench warrant will result in waiver of all pretrial matters. All pretrial matters must be heard at the first scheduled calendar or they are waived, unless I preserve them on the record in open court. All right, I have given this slide all kinds of titles, and I've gone with this is important because, you know, this is important. If you tell me today you want a jury trial, you need to know you're telling me no conference. You don't want to talk about an attorney. Don't want to talk about a continuance. Don't want to enter a negotiated plea. Don't have any motions that need to be heard. because this is your last chance to explore these options. That's the whole purpose of calendar call, is to explore those options. All right, so I'm about to call the calendar. When you hear your name called, stand up for me. If you're not able to stand up, wave your hand real high. If you have an attorney, let them announce for you. If you do not have an attorney, these are your options. So you're going to stand up and then really loudly announce conference or attorney or jury trial, bench trial, any motions, and under 21. Anybody in jail, Piper? Okay. That's it? Okay, jail. All right, we'll see you Wednesday. Probably anything else? All right, Ms. Sexton, anything else before we jump in? Okay, all right, let's jump in then. All right, Ms. Miller, you're first up. Bradley Abernathy.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, good to you.
Bring him today. He's still in the rehab facility, but we want to make sure that you saw his face.
Perfect.
I've already discussed his case. He has a medical issue. If he can be excused.
Yes, he can be excused.
We'll continue to work on the case.
All right. This sounds like a great solution. You may proceed. All right, Cameron Adams. Adams? No? All right.
Hold on.
I think on this calendar, I'd be comfortable doing warrants. I mean, we're up for trial. So if you ask for a warrant, I'll give you one. Your call.
Let's do it.
All right. Granted. All right. Zachary Adams. Paid and closed. Everybody can mark that off. All right. Curtis Addison. Dutton's across the street.
Oh, I have a leave of absence. If he had a
Yeah.
leave of absence, I told him that because it was a leave of absence, not coming.
Yeah. That's fine. I'm good with that. So,
I think in my world, he'd have to use his reset or no?
yeah, that's exactly what'll happen. So I'm okay with all that. So if you'll just notice them, Carly. So, all right. So so Carly will send a notice.
I think Mr. Dutton has several cases. So.
Right. I know exactly where he is. He's sitting across the
Yeah, I know
street.
exactly where he is too. I saw him yesterday.
So he's sitting across the street in budget meetings. So, all right. Well, then I'm marking Curtis Addison as reset, Carly to renotice. And if you don't want to mail the notice and you just want to walk across and make Mr. Dutton sign them, you can do that. So, all right. Back to you, Ms. Miller. Matthew Alexander.
He's present, Your Honor. I just had a conference with the chief today.
Sounds great. Thank you. Shanice Alfred. All right. Thank you. And thank you. All right. Back to you, Ms. Miller. Michael Abercrombie.
He's present. If I could have a brief conference with the state, Your Honor.
Sounds great. Thank you. Jalen Beck. Conference. I didn't see. Who's out there?
So the judge can see.
Stand up for me. Okay, now I see you. Great. Thank you so much. Again, when y'all just shout out from the gallery, I have no idea who I'm talking to. Keontae Berry.
Okay.
Paid and closed. All right, everybody mark that off. Alexis Bradley. Bradley? No? Granted. And I'll set cash bonds on these so they won't, they're not going to get stuck in the jail. So, all right. I'll set a cash bond on the warrant. So, all right, Adam Brown. Conference. Thank you so much, Mr. Brown. Lydia Brown, sorry. Paid. All right, everybody mark that off. Octavius Bryant. Conference. Thank you so much. McKenna Bynum. Paid and closed. All right. Cabrera Campbell. Conference. Thank you. Micaiah Carr. Paid. Okay. Nehemiah Casey. Casey? No? Granted. Tatiana Colquitt. Excellent. Alicia Crowder? Crowder? No?
Your Honor.
Granted. Reginald Bernard Dewberry the second.
I'm not good at search, huh?
All right, you sit tight. We'll talk in just a bit. I also want to confirm your information because I have a couple of Reginalds and I want to make certain that I have you correct in my system. So, all right. Kyla Driver? Thank you. And how do you say your first name? Kyla, okay. All right, Carlos Elder is in jail. We'll see him Wednesday morning at 9. Aiden English? All right,
Your Honor, we just had a conversation, she's gonna speak with him.
okay, sounds great.
Her, excuse me. her.
That's all right. Kenyaya Irwin? All right, thank you so much. And how do you say your first name? Kenya. Names are important, so. Great. Alanya Evans? Thank you. All right, Jorge Gonzo Lorenzo?
Your Honor, I just met with his attorney, he's gonna be talking to him about that.
Okay. Rashawn Giles? Conference. Thank you so much, Mr. Giles. Christopher Gildersleeve? Thank you. All right, Terrell Haji? All right, I think she said in conflict. I got an email. You just sit tight. Miss Bray's through here all the time. Let me figure out where she is and I'll let you know. Yeah, that's what I got a conflict. So she's okay. I just don't have it in my memory as to exactly where she is and when she'll get here. So, all right, if you'll just sit tight, we'll come back to you. Hamlet Hovian? Oh, that's Dutton. All right, reset. Well, I don't know. Is Mr. Dutton's leave? Does it go through the trial week? I mean, it's just this week. Could just have him come in. I mean, it'd be pretty disruptive to the morning of trials. So I'm asking your opinion. But I could have him come in on the 13th. The downside of that would be that, instead of getting ready for trials, you'd be having conferences. Your call.
I'm just gonna do a reset, that's.
I'm great with that. I just wanted to say that out loud that
We got two that I know that are gonna go.
my nightmare scenario is I have a really good, bad idea and nobody says, oh, please don't do that. So, okay, well then that's it. So we're back to first point. Dutton's reset. All right, Arian Howard. All right, thank you so much. Sit tight and we'll talk in just a bit. Terry Hunt. Conference. All right, Diane Jones is Dutton, so that's reset. Lauren Mullins. Paid. Paid and closed. Sherrard Neal. Is Sherrard Neal? Oh, no. The clerk is telling me he paid, so no warrant. 2 thumbs up. He's good to go. You're welcome to call him and tell him 2 thumbs up. He's good to go. So, but thank you for offering. That means a lot because that's how we get folks here and not in the jail, which is where we don't want them there. So, all right, he's done. Thank you again for offering to call. That works beautifully. So, all right. Abachej, Nidiavu. Okay. All right, let's close. Brendan Noble. That's Dutton, reset. Tamarcus Ogletree. Paid and closed. All right, Ryan Peters. Paid and closed. Ashley Salgado. All right, Julian Sellers. All right, Jason Smith.
Judge, I'll do it over here on behalf of Mr. Smith. It's a negotiated resolution already turned in.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much. Tamia Stamps. Looks like 2 cases. Stamps? No?
Warrant, Your Honor.
Granted on both. Warrant. All right, Stringer.
I'm here on behalf of Christopher Stringer.
Excellent.
On this last week, and we're still reviewing the discovery and the videos for possible motions. We could have for leave the, for some time to file motions to review.
Okay, you want a reset?
We're not asking for a continuance. He does want to proceed to trial on April 13th. Just if we can get a date before then we have to have motions in.
Okay, let's just us talk in a little bit and get a plan. So, all right, we'll do a conference here in just a bit back in chambers. Caleb Tharp, Hayden closed. All right, back to you. Kennedy Thrash.
Yes, Your Honor. I believe she.
Yeah, right there.
And if we could just have if I could do a conference on that, speak with the solicitor.
That sounds great. Thank you so much. All right, Mr. Van Mater, Marty Tolan.
Judge, I spoke with the prosecutor, waiting to hear back. We're conferencing. Shouldn't be a trial, though.
Okay. All right, y'all just let me know. All right, Valencia Torres. I don't know. I didn't see a conflict from the attorney. Do you know where your attorney is? Okay. So 1:30 today. So interpreter is today.
He was actually, yeah, I don't know that he was actually bumped, but we need to bump.
Okay,
him.
Spanish. So Spanish calendar today at 1:30. Dwayne, if you will help, y'all have that, just give him.
Yeah, this isn't one of the ones that we did that with because.
Okay. Hold on. So,
He should be on the interpreter calendar when I looked at the file.
sure. And I don't have a self, does anybody have a self for the attorney? I do not. So just tell him to come here at 1:30. So, and then we can tell him to be here at 1:30 and then we'll all be on the same page and we'll have,
It definitely needs the interpreter.
okay, that'll work. All right, let's just confirm with the attorney that they can be here at 1:30 and then we'll go from there. All right. Demery Walker. Conference. How do you say your first name? Damari, thank you. Names are important. Abera Wessing. Zenigig.
Digger representing him. Judge, I'm gonna ask for a conference with Ms. Sexton and then hold a further announcement as to whether or not we get a recess.
Perfect. And tell me and say the last name again.
Mine is.
His.
Zenigig.
Got it. Thank you. All right, Marquavius Williams. No?
Warrant, Your Honor.
Got it. Cordia Wong.
Your Honor. No.
Thank you. Thank you. Keith Yarborough. All right, conferences. Thank you so much. All right, couple of announcements to sweep everybody else up. Are there any witnesses who are subpoenaed to be here today? Any witnesses? Raise your hand if so. All right, perfect. And then if you were here today and your name was not called, stand up for me. If you're here, your name was not called. All right, we're in good shape. No responses on either of those. All right, so what we're going to do next is conferences. The way the conferences will go is, as you can see, the solicitor's office has been meeting with the attorneys as we go. As they finish meeting with the attorneys, they'll begin meeting with you all. Some of the conferences may happen here and some may happen in our second courtroom upstairs. What I want to make certain I communicate clearly to you all is that I don't want y'all wandering around the building lost. So if you need to move from one place to the other, the bailiffs will be taking you from one place to the other so that we don't lose you. Because even with that, on a statistical level, one of you is going to volunteer to go to jail. So okay, everybody's looking at me now. So pay full attention to what I'm about to say. On a statistical level, one of you is going to volunteer to go to jail. And what does that look like? It looks like I take this break. I come back afterwards. They go, hey, so-and-so on page 6. We've called that name several times. We don't know where they are. We cannot find them. My response is to issue a warrant for your arrest. I will mark it as hold without bond, and you will have volunteered for the worst possible job you can imagine. Now, how do you know that you're the volunteer, and how do you avoid volunteering for that job? It's very simple. If you leave this building without paperwork in your hand telling you what you've done or what you need to do next, you're the volunteer. It's as simple as that. If you leave this building without paperwork in your hand, you're the volunteer to go to jail. Okay? So don't volunteer for that job. It's the worst possible job you can volunteer for. All right. With that said, any other announcements that I missed that y'all need me to make, Ms. Sexton? Okay. All right. Then what I'm going to do is I'm not going to set a time certain because I think some pleas are in the hopper. So I'm just going to step back to my office. We do need to talk about y'all's case. Y'all come back whenever you're ready. Actually, let's go and do that one first. So, Dwayne, if you'll let them in that way. I will come back out as soon as the bailiffs come get me and tell me that something is ready for me to be done. Other than that, the bailiffs have the floor for the courtroom. We're in recess. Oh, if you need to follow the instructions, if you didn't get a chance to finish those instructions, you can turn your phone back on now, but your phones must be on silent. Not quiet, not really, really low, like silent. All right, that's it. Thank you. Oh, yeah. We're one. Next is I'm gonna start taking the pleas. What do you have first on yours? You have Thrash, I believe?
I think taking care of,
Great. Okay,
Stringer case.
okay. Let me knock out a couple of pleas, and then as soon as Miss Sexton orbits back in, I'll stop in the pleas and we'll address that case. All right, perfect. All right, so what I'm gonna do, y'all, is call up Miss Miller. Do you have a plea that's ready?
Alexander?
Okay, you can come on up. Other than that, we'll go, everybody else should just be in order. That's your only plea left, and then you're done, right?
Yes.
Okay. Because I know somebody else is hunting you somewhere. Somebody else is always
Actually,
hunting.
it's all about you today, Jeff.
So, woo-hoo, I won the lottery. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
All right, take your hand down and state your full name for me.
Matthew Douglas Alexander.
Mr. Alexander, you're here on 25 SR 0403, and according to my calendar, you were on time for court today. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear the rights I read out to the courtroom, and did you see the PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
Any questions I can answer for you about those rights?
No, sir.
Mr. Alexander, your attorney, Ms. Miller, has passed up to me this attorney and defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And do you recognize it as the written version of the rights I've read out earlier?
Yes, sir.
Are those your initials next to each of the line on page 1,
Yes, sir.
page 2?
Yes, sir.
And is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign an initial after reviewing this document fully with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand everything that's on it?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand that I'm sorry, have you had all the time that you need to speak with your attorney about all aspects of your case?
Yes, sir.
Are you satisfied with the job your attorney's done on your behalf?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that you have the right to a jury trial on your case?
Yes, sir.
And that by entering this plea, there will be no trial. This case will be closed. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you have any questions for me about anything so far before I talk to your attorney?
No, sir.
All right, Ms. Miller, do you stipulate as to the factual basis for count 1, the reckless driving from 3-2-25 here in Spalding County?
Yes.
And do you stipulate to the factual basis for count 2, the improper lane change?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Alexander, do you wish to enter a guilty plea to count 1, the reckless driving charge,
Yes, sir.
as well as count 2, the improper lane change charge?
Yes, sir.
All right, I find that between the attorney's stipulation of the factual basis combined with the defendant's request to enter a guilty plea, that there's enough for me to take these pleas, or this plea. I find that Mr. Alexander's knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving his rights and entering this plea. I reviewed the recommendation and I'll follow it. Ms. Miller, the floor is yours if you wish to add anything.
Yes, Your Honor, we just ask that you take the plea as negotiated. He has already completed DUI school. We've turned that into probation. He's already completed his drug and alcohol evaluation. He is taking a 12-week course. He has 3 more classes left. We've turned that into probation. He only had to do 40 hours community service, but he's done 120. We just ask that the extra hours be converted to help pay his fine, and he has already submitted that to probation as well, because we've already met with them.
Okay.
We would ask that his probation be allowed to terminate early. We would ask that once he completes everything, it be allowed to terminate. I did tell Mr. Alexander that it is likely that you may keep him on probation for a little while longer than that, but he is prepared to pay everything in full.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be willing to cut it in half. So if he gets to 12 months, no violations, all that. So I'd go from 24 down to 12. I think that's a reasonable. And obviously, if he's a rock star and he wants to ask at 6 months, then he's
Okay,
welcome
We'll file a motion in 6 weeks.
welcome to ask.
Okay, thank
So
you.
I don't know that you'll get it, but it'd be worth asking, and it would honor all the efforts you put into it. So
Thank
all
you.
right. I am marking line 7 as terminated upon 12 months, no violations and everything completed. And again, you're welcome to ask at 6. Okay, anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Alexander, any questions about anything?
No, sir.
All right, here we go. Matthew Alexander on 25 SR 0403, count 1, reckless driving, guilty, 12 months, 1365 is your fine. Count 2, improper lane change, guilty, 12 months consecutive, 155 is your fine. That's a total of 24 months of probation. If there's any other charges, they're dismissed as a result of this plea. You may work your fine off with community service work. You will be required to follow the general conditions of probation, 1 through 14 on the face of your final disposition. All right, no alcohol, illegal drugs, or hemp products should be tested for those. Your case may close once 12 months have passed, no violations have occurred, and all conditions have been met. 40 hours community service work or proof that you've completed it. Substance abuse evaluation within 90 days or proof that you've completed it. And DUI school within 60 days or proof that you've completed it. You have 30 days from today if you wish to appeal this decision, and you have 6 months from today if you want to use your habeas rights. All right, Ms. Miller, anything else as we wrap this up?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Alexander, you've already met with sentence enforcement, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, and you've gotten your first report date from them to their office?
Yes, sir.
All right, if you'll just wait by the doorway there.
Please, court, I had a conversation with Mr. Alexander earlier. He said, by far, we're the best group of folks he's ever worked with.
They make me look way better than I
I'm telling
deserve.
you, y'all are
day,
just so nice, and it's
I know how lucky I am to be sitting in this seat, and
Yes.
I'm grateful for the
Thank you.
team.
thank you so much,
Mr.
Your
Alexander.
Honor.
Appreciate that very
All
much.
right.
All right, Ms. Miller, I think that's it for you, right?
It is. If I can approach briefly.
Yeah, come on up. Show yourself, you got.
Yes.
Take your hand out. State your full name for me.
Kanea Irwin.
Ms. Irwin, you were here on 25 TK 4255. And according to my calendar, you were on time for court today. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear the rights are read out to the courtroom? And did you see the PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
Yes.
Do you understand those rights?
Yes.
Any questions I can answer for you about any of those rights?
No, sir.
You have passed up to me the self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And do you recognize it as the written version of those rights are read out?
Yes.
Are those your initials next to each of the lines on page 1?
Yes.
Page 2?
Yes.
And is that your signature?
Yes.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time that you needed to review it?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand everything that's on it?
Yes.
All right. Did you see on here where it says you have the right to have an attorney represent you?
Yes.
And you're here representing yourself. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that you have the right to a jury trial?
Yes.
And that by entering this plea, there will be no trial. This case will be closed. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
All right. Any questions for me about anything so far?
No.
All right. Moving on to the facts of your case then. Did you operate your motor vehicle and fail to obey looks like maybe a traffic control device? No, fail to signal a lane change. Sorry. Fail to properly signal a lane change back on 9/25/25 here in Spalding County. Did
Yes.
you do that?
Yes.
Okay. I find with your admission of guilt that there's enough for me to take your plea. I find that you're knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving your rights and entering this plea. I've reviewed the recommendation and I will follow it. Any questions so far?
No, sir.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay. The sentence of the court, Ms. Irwin, is as follows. on 25 TK 4255, count one, failure to signal lane change. Guilty, 12 months probation, 158 is your fine. I'm going to delay the start of your probation by 30 days. If you pay your fine in full plus $30 in the next 30 days, then your case will close with no probation conditions. If your case is still open after that time, then your probation starts automatically. At that point, if you wish, you may work your fine off with community service work, but you will be required to follow the general conditions of probation 1 through 14 on the face of your final disposition. Even if you get that far into the process, there's no gotchas here. It's still pay-only probation, and it'll still terminate the moment you've satisfied your obligations to the court and had no violations of probation. You have 30 days from today if you wish to appeal this decision. You have 6 months from today if you wish to use your habeas rights. As we wrap this up, do you have any questions for me?
No, sir.
You've met with sentence enforcement, is that correct?
Yes.
And they've given you your first report date? I can
Yeah.
see the paperwork there. All right. If you'll go wait by that door, the bailiffs will come give you your paperwork and the last set of instructions.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you so much. All right, you can come on up. And as you come up to the microphone, if you'll state your full name for me.
Rich Travius Bryant.
All right, Mr. Bryant, you, there we are. You're here on 25 TK 4941. Raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
All right, you can take your hand down. You were on time for court today, is that correct?
Correct.
Did you hear the rights I read out to the courtroom, and did you see the PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
Any questions I can answer for you about any of those rights?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, how about this? If you think of any questions about those rights, do you promise to ask me?
Yes, sir.
And do you have any questions that you'd like me to answer right now?
No, sir.
Okay, perfect. You can lean forward. I was about to say, these mics are here to make us loud. Miss Kathy here is recording our conversation, and that's to make a good record to protect you. All right. Mr. Bryant, I'm holding up this self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And do you recognize it as the written version of those rights I read out earlier?
Yes, sir.
Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1?
Yes, sir.
Page 2?
Yes, sir.
And is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time that you needed to review it?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand everything that's on it?
Yes.
Here, James, I'm gonna move it over to here. That way. Do I? Oh, okay. Okay. That'll work. This goes actually. This goes with that. All this together. Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Bryant. I spent a lot of plates up here. So, all right, Mr. Bryant, any questions about anything, anywhere on this self-represented defendant plea rights waiver?
No, sir.
Hey, Kathy. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Bryant, you saw in this document that you have the right to have an attorney represent you, and
Yes, sir.
you're here representing yourself. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have the right to a jury trial?
Yes, sir.
And that by entering this plea, there will be no trial. This case will be closed. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
You are charged with speeding. Looks like the new speed is going to be 83 in a 55. Is that your understanding?
Yes, sir.
So did you operate your motor? No, so no lead. Are you 21 years of age or older?
Older.
And have you used a no-low on anything in the last 5 years?
No.
And are you asking me to accept this no-low for this 83 and a 55 from 11/9/25 here in Spalding County?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to find that your request for the NOLO on the reduced charge of 83 and 55 is proper, and I'm going to grant it. I'm going to find that you're knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving your rights and entering this plea. I reviewed the recommendation and I'll follow it. Do you have any questions for me about anything before I sentence?
No, sir.
Sentence of the court in following the recommendation is as follows. On 25 TK 4941, count one speeding 83 and 55, it's 12 months probation. The NOLO is granted. I'm sorry, the NOLO is granted. It's 12 months probation. 735 is your fine. You may work your fine off. Oh, I see. It's a 30 for 30. Excellent. I'm going to delay the start of your probation by 30 days. If you pay your fine in full plus $30 in the next 30 days, then your case will close with no probation conditions. If your case is still open at 31 days out, your probation starts automatically, but you will be required to follow the general conditions of probation 1 through 14 on the face of your disposition. Even if you get that far in the process, your case will still close the moment you satisfied your obligations to the court under Georgia's pay-only probation statute, as long as you've had no revocations. You have 30 days from today to appeal this decision. You have 6 months from today if you want to use your habeas rights. Can I answer any questions for you before we part ways?
No, sir.
Wait by that door for the bailiffs. Don't leave until they come give you your next set of instructions. Brown,
Yes, sir.
you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
You state your full name for me.
Adam Eugene Brown.
You were here today on 26 SR 54. And you were on time for court today, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So read out to the courtroom, and it's a PowerPoint that I put up on the wall.
Yes, sir.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
Any questions I can answer for you?
No, sir. No, sir.
You have passed up to me this self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Do you recognize it as the written version of those rights are read out earlier?
Yes, sir.
These are your initials next to each of the lines on page 1.
Yes, sir.
Page 2,
Yes, sir.
is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time that you needed to review it?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand everything that's on it?
Yes, sir.
I see there's one small clerical error on here. Are you a United States citizen?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm just gonna initial that. We're gonna keep going. We're good to go.
All right.
All right, now, you have the right to have an attorney represent you. You're here representing yourself. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
And you have the right to a jury trial, and by entering this plea, you're giving up that right. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're good to go. You are charged with 1 count of driving without a valid license. All right, I can't quite do the plea the way it's structured. I've got to make a slight change to it, but it's not gonna upend your world.
Yes, sir.
So the way you've negotiated the plea is for a 30 by 30, but I can't do a 30 for 30 on driving without a valid license, driving without a license. But what I will do is terminate upon completion.
All right.
So from your perspective, because I have to give you at least 24 hours of probation under Georgia law.
Right.
And so it's not going to look very different from your perspective, but it won't be exactly what you find up. I just didn't want to catch you off guard.
All right.
So it'll be terminated upon completion. You'll still be able to close it. But the only real difference will be that there'll be the $50 probation supervision fee instead of the $30.
All right.
Does that make sense?
Right.
Okay, so sorry about that. Let me make that quick change and then we're gonna do you have your license?
Nah. I'm from Florida.
Can you get your license back?
Yes.
Okay. All right, that'll work. Okay, so here's the question. You're 21 years of age or older, is that correct?
I'm older.
Have you used a NOLO on anything in the last 5 years?
No, sir.
And are you asking me to accept a NOLO for the driving without a valid license, also known as driving while unlicensed, back from 12/7/25 here in Spalding County?
Yes, sir.
All right, I find that your request for a NOLO on the driving without a valid license is proper. I find that you're knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving your rights and entering this plea. I've reviewed the recommendation and I'll follow it. Any questions about the change I've got to make to the sentence or anything else before I sentence?
No, sir.
All right, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. Adam Brown on 26 SR 54, count 1, driving while unlicensed. The NOLO is granted. It's 12 months probation. 735 is your fine. You may work your fine off with community service work. You will need to follow the general conditions of probation 1 through 14 on the face of your final disposition. I've put on here that your case will close the moment you've satisfied your obligations to the court. And that's the sentence of the court. You have 30 days from today if you wish to appeal this decision. You have 6 months from today if you want to use your habeas rights.
Yes, sir.
All right, any questions before we wrap this up?
Yes, sir.
All right, if you will please wait by the door. I lost the paper clip. I'm sorry, James. If you'll just wait by the door for the bailiffs. All right, Giles. All right, if you'll raise your right hand, do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, James. You. He just missed one. He missed one on the front. So good. Yes.
Get my paperwork for me. My paperwork.
Yeah, I agree. Go. Perfect, thank you. All right, you ready? All right, you were on time for court today, Mr. Giles, is
Yes,
that
sir.
correct? Did you hear the rights I read out to the courtroom, and did you see the PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
Any questions I can answer for you about any of those rights?
No, sir.
Mr. Giles, you have passed up to me this self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Do you recognize it as the written version of the rights I read out earlier?
Yes, sir.
Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1,
Yes, sir.
page 2,
Yes, sir.
and is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time that you needed to review it?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand everything that's on it?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Giles, did you see on here where it says you have the right to have an attorney represent you?
Yes, sir.
And you're here representing yourself?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have the right to a jury trial?
Yes, sir.
And that by entering this plea, there will be no trial and this case will be closed. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Giles, you are, did you, back on 12/7 of 25 here in Spalding County, operate your motor vehicle in a manner that was too fast for the conditions of the road?
Too fast or too slow?
It's too fast. It's just called a basic rules violation. It's one of the most flexible charges there is. It's kind of our catch-all. Everybody's got a drawer in the kitchen that catches everything. That's the catch-all charge
sir.
in our court. So, all right. And do you want to enter a guilty plea to that charge? All right. Yes. And then count 2. Did you fail to properly wear your seatbelt?
Yes, sir.
All right. And then lastly, okay, you actually have the same situation as the gentleman before you. You have the last charge is driving without a valid license. I'm required to give you 24 hours of probation on that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to convert it to terminate upon completion. So from your perspective, it'll look a little different, but you can still get out. You can still close it the moment you're ready to close
Once I
it.
pay it, I'm through.
Yes, so, and I'm gonna set it up that way, so it's not your fault that we can't follow through on what we'd originally tried to do. Have you have your license?
Mm-mm.
You have your
I'm
license?
going to
ready?
get them tomorrow.
That's fine. All right, then I'm gonna check that box and that'll do it. Okay. All right, and did you operate your motor vehicle without a valid license on that same date or in the same course of events?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to find with your admission of guilt across all 3 of your charges that there's enough for me to take your plea. I'm gonna find that you're knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving your rights and entering this plea. I've reviewed the recommendation and I will follow it. Do you have any questions for me about anything before I
No, sir.
sentence? Okay, you ready? Here we go. Mr. Giles, on 25 TK 5490, count 1, that's the basic rules, too fast for conditions. Guilty, 12 months, 158 is your fine. Count 3, driving while unlicensed, guilty, 12 months consecutive, 750 is your fine for a total of 24 months probation. You may work your fine off with community service work. You will need to follow the general conditions of probation, 1 through 14, on the face of your final disposition. Show sentence enforcement, your valid license. You said you can get that tomorrow, is that right? You said okay, yes. All right. And the moment you've satisfied your obligations to the court, your case will close. So it's not just paying it, it's paying them and showing the license, and then it closes. So, and you're saying you're good on that, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, because I'm taking it at your word.
Right.
If you think there's going to be an issue, let me know now.
If they don't give it to me, let's say I give the money, so wait, after that,
Okay.
help me out with that. If I
I'll tell
pay,
you what, I'm just going to mark that off.
Thank you.
I'm going to mark that off and make it a little easier because I don't want to catch you too far off guard.
Thank you.
All right, that's it. Thank you very much. Step to the door, wait for the bailiffs. Driver? And then I have Walker after that. Is that you? Thrash? Okay. And then that'll be yours. So, okay, perfect. All right. Raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, take your hand down. State your full name for me, please.
Kyla Elise Driver.
All right. Ms. Driver, you're here on 25 TK 5251. And according to my calendar, you were on time for court today. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear the rights I read out to the courtroom? And did you see the PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
Any questions I can answer for you about those rights?
No, sir.
You have passed up to me, ma'am, this self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And do you recognize it as the written version of those rights I read out earlier?
Yes, sir.
Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1,
Yes, sir.
page 2?
Yes, sir.
And is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time that you needed to review it?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand everything that's on it?
Yes, sir.
All right. Ms. Driver, did you see on here where it says you have the right to have an attorney represent you?
Yes, sir.
And you're here representing yourself?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have the right to a jury trial
Yes, sir.
and that by entering this plea, there will be no trial. This case will be closed. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Are you under 21?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Give me just a second.
Okay.
All right. Exactly how old are you?
19.
Okay. All right, Ms. Driver, did you here in Spalding County back on November 25th of 2025 operate your motor vehicle at a reduced speed of 78 and a 55?
No, sir. I believe it was an 84 and a 55.
Okay.
Okay.
You didn't do anything wrong. I just have a question.
No, I
just knew that I waved at you.
I absolutely even know what your question's gonna be.
Okay, what I was discussing with Ms. Sexton, what I was discussing with Ms. Sexton was the fact that you're under 21. And this 84 is going to cause a suspension of your driver's license. And so we were discussing that really quickly. Am I correct that you've had previous tickets with us that ended up getting paid and closed?
Yes, sir.
How many previous tickets was it?
I believe 2.
Okay. All right. And that's what it is. So the state is unwilling to reduce it down to the number. They've reduced it to this number, but they're not willing to continue reducing it down to the number that would save your license because this is your third ticket.
Yes, sir.
And so I just wanted to talk that through with Ms. Sexton to make certain that that was the intent. Because again, I don't have the authority to change the charges. I just have the authority to take the plea or not take the plea. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Your Honor, one of the problems was I couldn't figure out how many other points she had. The state does not want this young lady to lose her license, but if the only tickets she ever got are from Spalding County, we could probably look that up and do something.
Well, she has a secondary option. She can come back on a Thursday and ask for a limited permit, and we can have a discussion on that day. So she's just got a couple extra steps to try to get her license back. And so you've got a pathway forward here, ma'am. And so because you're under 21, and the speed is, yeah, the speed will be 29. So yes, you'll qualify. You should qualify. I'm not guaranteeing that, but we'll have a hearing on it when you're ready. So, Ms. Driver, what's going to happen is this is going to cause a 6-month suspension of your license. You're not going to see that anywhere on that. I'm just telling you that's by operation of Georgia law. As an under 21 driver, you can ask me for a limited permit. The way you do that is you go to the clerk's office. They have a form for you to fill out asking for a limited permit. They schedule you to come see me on a Thursday,
Yes, sir.
and we'll have a hearing on that. And you'll need to bring your driver's history, and we'll take a look at it, and we'll all discuss it. And if I determine everything is proper on there, I'll give you permission to go get that permit from DDS. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Any questions on that?
No, sir.
All right. So the next step will be up to you. You will lose your license for a little bit, and then, in fact, you can go fill out that form before you leave the building over in the clerk's office and go ahead and get on the next court date. Okay.
Okay.
All right. We're good to go then. So, Ms. Driver, did you operate your motor vehicle at 84 and a 55 here in Spalding County back on 11/5/25/25?
Yes, sir.
All right. I find with your admission of guilt, there's enough for me to take your plea. I find that you are knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving your rights and entering this plea. I reviewed the recommendation and I'll follow it. Any questions before I sentence?
No, sir.
All right. The sentence of the court is as follows. Ms. Driver, on 25 TK 5251, speeding 84 and a 55. I find you guilty. It's 12 months probation. $750 is your fine. You may work your fine off with community service work. No alcohol, illegal drugs, or hemp products. Actually, I'm not going to pull that. I do want you to get your driver's license back, and I will allow you to close your case the moment you've satisfied your obligations to the court, but you are going to have some hoops to jump through to get there. So, because I am requiring you to get your Georgia driver's license back and get your fine taken care of before you can close your case. Any questions on that?
No, sir.
Okay, you have 30 days from today if you wish to appeal this decision. You have 6 months from today if you wish to use your habeas rights. That'll take care of it. All right, so again, if you will please go wait by the door for the bailiffs, don't leave till they come see you. When you leave out of this courtroom, hang a right, go into the clerk's office and fill out a request for a hearing. She's already got it. See, this is why I'm the luckiest judge in Georgia. Why do I worry about anything? Carly's got the form already filled out for you and ready to go. So, okay, thank you very much. If you'll go the directions the bailiffs tell you. All right. I have one more plea and then I'm on Dolores. Walker. All right. Miss Walker, raise your right hand. You solemnly swear. Oh, I have. What's your name, ma'am? Oh, well then let's do yours. Now, Mr. Walker, I'm so sorry. I'm going to swap out. Thrash. Mr. Walker, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna deal with her plea, and then I'm gonna swap out for another client of hers. And while we're swapping out for her other client, I'm gonna take your plea next, okay? All right. Ma'am, if you'll please raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, take a step forward, lean in, Mike, state your name nice and loud.
Kennedy Nevea Thrash.
Ms. Thrash, you're here on 24 SR 0954, and according to my calendar, you were on time for court today. Is that correct?
Correct.
Did you hear the rights I read out to the courtroom, and did you see the PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
Any questions I can answer for you about those rights?
No, sir.
Your attorney has passed up to me this attorney and defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And do you recognize it as the written version of the rights I read out earlier?
Yes, sir.
Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1?
Yes, sir.
Page 2?
Yes, sir.
And is that your signature?
Correct.
Did you sign and initial this document after reviewing it fully with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand everything that's on it?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Have you had all the time that you need to speak with your attorney about all aspects of all of your charges?
Yes, sir.
Are you satisfied with the job your attorney's done on your behalf?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that you have the right to a jury trial on your case?
Yes, sir.
And that by entering this plea, there will be no trials, this case will be closed. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any questions for me about anything before I pivot to your attorney?
No, sir.
Ms. Hudson, do you stipulate that there's a factual basis as to count 3 as to passing on the double yellow line? I'm sorry, this is a NOLO. Do you stipulate for the purpose of a NOLO as to count 3 that there's a factual basis for the passing on a double yellow line?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you wish to enter a NOLO plea to that charge, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
All right, and then count 4, passing a double yellow line. Do you stipulate to the factual basis for that one as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you wish to enter a guilty plea to that charge? There's a,
Wait, the NOLO?
One's a NOLO.
NOLO.
yeah, one's a NOLO and one's a guilty.
Right.
The count
So-
3 is a NOLO, count 4 is.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. And again, we tried very hard. We spent a long time this morning trying to figure out how to let you just pay these directly. And we got on the phone with folks. We could not figure out how to do it because there isn't a ticket associated. So I'm sorry that you're having to do the plea. I've already apologized to your attorney, but you deserve an apology from us. We put our thinking caps on and we could not figure out a way to make it work. So this is the balance point. So, all right. So, anything you wish to add before I send this?
No, Your Honor, we're just asking you to accept the negotiated deal.
All right. Ms. Thrash, any questions for me about anything?
No, sir.
All right. All right. The sentence of the court then is as follows. And I'm actually going to make it slightly better than what was negotiated to make the finances easier to move. All right. As to 24 SR 0954, count 3, passing on a double yellow line, I'm granting your NOLO. It's 12 months probation. 158 is your fine. Count 4, passing on a double yellow line. That's guilty. That's also 12 months probation consecutive. I'm reducing that one to no fine to offset all the other stuff that you shouldn't have to do, but you have to do because I can't procedurally make it work the way I want to make it work. I'm going to delay the start of your probation by 30 days. All other charges are dismissed. If you pay your fine in full plus $30 in the next 30 days, then your case will close with no probation conditions. If you are unsuccessful in getting it closed, your probation starts automatically 31 days out, at which point you may work your fine off with community service work, but you will be required to follow the general conditions of probation 1 through 14 on the face of your final disposition. Even if you get that far into the process, your case will still close the moment you satisfied your obligations to the court. And again, you should be able to get this sorted out with sentence enforcement very quickly. So 158 plus $30 will close your case.
Okay, thank you.
All right. And if you will go stand by the door, wait for the bailiffs. They'll bring you your paperwork. And Ms. Hudson, as you're bringing up your next client, I'm going to go ahead and do Mr. Walker's plea. And I think your next one is Stringer. All right, Mr. Walker, you come on up here. Stringer, come on up to the table. All right. You'll please raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
All right, confidently grab that mic, shove it up there. It's for tall folks like you and short folks like me. If you'll state your full name for me, please.
Demario Martel Walker.
All right, Mr. Walker. You were here today and you were on time for court. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear the rights I read out to the courtroom and did you see the PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
Any questions I can answer for you about those rights?
No, sir.
Mr. Walker, you have passed up to me this self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Do you recognize it as the written version of the rights I read out earlier?
Yes, sir.
Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1?
Yes, sir.
Page 2?
Yes, sir.
And is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time that you needed to review it?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand everything that's on it?
Yes, sir.
Did you see where it says you have the right to have an attorney represent you?
Yes, sir.
And you're here representing yourself? Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that you have the right to a jury trial?
Yes, sir.
And that by entering this plea, there will be no trial, this case will be closed? Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're charged with 1 count of laying drag. Did you operate your motor vehicle in a manner that laid drag or left the marks on the road by accelerating or stopping rapidly on October 3rd, 2025 here in Spalding County?
Yes, sir.
Did you also operate your motor vehicle without a valid license?
I really didn't know I didn't have no license, but yes, sir.
Okay. Have you gotten your license back?
I did on the 20th of last month, but I had went back to court on the 27th for another ticket, and they took them back.
Oh, they took your license back from there?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
For 7
Okay.
days. So shit.
Okay. Did they tell you when they're gonna give it back to you?
I gotta take that class online, one
Oh.
class.
Okay, that's fine. I'll just let you sort that out yourself. All right, so you've heard me say with the 2 folks that came up with that charge, I had to restructure it just a little bit.
Yes, sir.
You'll still be able to close it. It'll just be terminated upon completion.
Yes, sir.
All right, you ready to go forward?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Mr. Walker, I'm gonna find that with your admission of guilt, that there's enough for me to take your plea. I'm gonna find that you're knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving your rights and entering this plea. I've reviewed the recommendation and I'll follow it. The sentence of the court is as follows. As to count 1 on 25 SR 1505, laying drag, guilty, 12 months, 306 is your fine. Count 2, driving without a valid license, guilty, 12 months, 750 is your fine. That's a total of 24 months of probation. You may work your fine off with community service work. You'll need to follow the general conditions of probation 1 through 14. And your case will close the moment you've satisfied your obligations to the court. You have 30 days from today if you wish to appeal this decision. You have 6 months from today if you want to use your habeas rights. Any questions for me about anything as we wrap this up?
Yes, sir.
All right, go get your stuff closed. Good luck giving your license back. All right, and if you'll just wait at the door there for the bailiffs, don't leave till they come talk to you. All right, next item I have on my list is Stringer, and I believe it says that's your last case. Is that correct for this morning?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's go ahead and get that knocked out. All right, so
I was
no.
trying to do a deal, but I'm.
I was doing the preliminaries. It was okay. I knew what you were doing. All right, so the preliminaries on this is that Mr. Stringer, just to do a very short synopsis of my understanding, Mr. Stringer was on the last trial calendar. Judge, the state requested a continuance.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Charles consented to it. Mr. Stringer did not. Mr. Stringer released Mr. Charles. Then Judge Essery reset it for me to formalize all this on the record on another date. I saw another date. There was also some several motions that were heard. At that moment, Mr. Stringer was representing himself. I did put in an order saying that he had waived the right of the public defender's office to represent himself, but has since then retained Mr. Singleton's office, which I don't mind saying I'm incredibly pleased with that development. I've already told Ms. Hudson that I was very pleased that they're involved. They do a great job for their clients, and they'll do a great job for you, Mr. Stringer. But with that said, we're on this calendar here. In this case, would not normally be on this calendar, but he wanted it moving forward, and I was trying to make it move forward. And so I wanted I understood that Ms. Sexton needed to put something on the record as far as some federal medical leave or something.
Yes.
And we needed to figure out what does that look like? What does that mean? And what are my choices on the table? So Ms. Sexton, I'll hear from you first and then I'll hear from Ms. Hudson.
So Your Honor, this, as we stated, this case has, we put it on the calendar because the defendant requested a speedy trial. So in order to honor that request, we went ahead and put it on that calendar. At the time, I obviously would not have access to all the personnel records of all the officers involved. And there are several different law enforcement bodies that are involved in this, and not to mention a witness, witness/victim. And it has come to the state's attention that one of the key witnesses for the obstruction charge, and my information is that the defendant is not willing to plead or negotiate on the obstruction charge. One of our key witnesses is going to be on FMLA. He has a pregnant wife with complications, and that's kind of all up in the air. And it's my understanding that even if the state wanted to, that they could not force a witness under FMLA to come in and so on and so forth. So.
Okay, I understand what you're
And
saying.
if the defendant wants to plead guilty to the obstruction charge, and then we'll move on because that's my main witness on the obstruction charge, then the state would be willing to move forward with the other charges, but I don't think that that's going to be the case.
No, and that we don't, yeah, that's fine. All right, Ms. Hudson, fill me in on y'all's position.
Your Honor, the reason that Mr. Stringer wanted this case to move forward so quickly, the reason that he did ask for the speedy is that he has other cases, not criminal cases, but civil cases involving custody of his child that are kind of put on hold and harmed by this being drug out. He's trying to get this resolved so that he can then move forward with the custody hearing, and that's already been put on hold because of this.
Okay.
So he is not wanting a continuance. We are ready to move forward. I know that there were multiple officers on the scene at the arrest, and I understand that from Miss Sexton, this is the officer that may have done the tasing, but I believe there was other officers there that could potentially testify as to that occurrence, but we would object to a continuance, and we'd ask for it to be left on this calendar.
Okay. All right, so thinking through my options here. So there's a speedy trial on the table. Judge Essery has already ruled that it's valid and proper in here, which means I have to try it this term. This is the March term. It was filed the last one. I have the term that was filed in plus the consecutive term. This is the consecutive term, March to September. If we don't try it in this term, then the case is dismissed. And so I do respect Ms. Hudson, the statement that I do see a pathway where the state could be forced to try it without that witness, because you have other officers who are there who could see it. I also respect the fact that if the shoe was on the other foot and y'all had somebody that you really wanted here, but didn't absolutely need them, I would give you y'all's continuance at the same thing. So, Mr. Stringer, I respect the fact that this is interfering with your child custody hearing, but I'm not willing to force the state to try the case without a key witness. I'm also not willing to try to force this witness in. And I'll say on the record again that we are also in an unprecedented period of transition with our court. Ms. Sexton is, to use a phrase my kids use, doing us a solid. Mr. Shepard, our solicitor, was put in. Ms. Sexton has stepped up to the plate and has done a very good job running her office by herself in an office that simply cannot be run with only one attorney. And she's doing it by herself all day, every day. And so, I'm going to find that the speedy trial demand is proper. It must be tried before the end of this term. And so, or the defense wins. I'm also gonna find that I need to count, what is it, 12 weeks out, right?
I believe the, I believe FMLA is as long as 12 weeks.
All right.
Yes. That's my understanding, but I didn't confirm exactly how much he had asked for, but that's my understanding. It could be as long. And it's also my understanding that there's complications with the birth, you know, that's the whole reason he's on FMLA, so.
Sure.
Who knows what would happen.
Right. Okay, well, then the next trial calendar that lines up with that leave would be August 17th. All right, well then, Carly, here we go. So calendar call is going to be August 3rd. Monday, August 3rd, and the trial week will be the 17th. Mr. Stringer, this trial will be the first trial out that week. I understand that this is an emotionally unsatisfying outcome for you, but I'm putting the state up against the wall. And I'm telling you right now that we will try your case first out. You'll be part of the calendar call, but you'll be first out. I'm also telling you that if this case doesn't get tried in August and we roll over to September, September is the new start of the new term, and your case will be dismissed by operation of law if we do not make it in there. Again, I respect the fact that this is causing difficulties in your child custody, and I'm sorry for that. Unfortunately, these are the very tough decisions I'm supposed to make, where no matter what I do, everybody's upset. Okay, so that's my decision.
Your Honor, can I just ask for clarification?
Yeah.
The case would be dismissed if the state did not try it. But
Sure.
if there were any continuances that were asked for by the defense, that would nullify.
That's a fair statement. Yes.
I want this to be completely understood because the state's feeling a little
Yeah.
nervous.
No, that's a fair point. Yes. If any continuances are gained past August because of the defense, that waives those. And so that's a fair statement. It does need to be put on the record, and the answer is yes. So obviously, if you all do come up, Mr. Stringer, if y'all do come up with a resolution, I'm not saying you should or shouldn't. I'm just saying this out loud, and your attorneys know me well enough to know that there's nothing behind this statement. If y'all do reach a resolution, you can walk in on any calendar that I'm on the bench to resolve the case. And again, nothing behind that other than just a procedural statement of possibilities. So, all right. So the defense is not waiving anything. Y'all have not asked for the continuance or consented to it. Your objection is preserved. I think I've done that. Ms. Sexton, anything else?
No, just a question. There are motions that were filed. Some of those motions, in the state's opinion, have already been addressed because there was already a motions hearing. And I'm not sure what the bench's position is on motions that have already been addressed.
So my thought process is let's let Mr. Singleton's office as a whole kind of let them have a meetup inside their office, figure out, because y'all have a copy of the transcript, right?
Correct.
Okay, so the transcript's been filed. Y'all can see a copy of it. Decide if there are any motions that need to be heard, please notify me, because I don't want to wait to hear any motions until then. I want to put you on a Thursday or frankly on another trial calendar, not for trial, but to get those motions resolved. I want to make certain that on the Monday of the trial week in August, we're ready to pick a jury. And I don't want to have to do both of those at the same time. So I'm going to trust y'all to let me know that if there are any additional motions that need to be addressed, but we've already addressed several of those, but I'm going to let Ms. Hudson, Mr. Singleton, Mr. Carvajal all talk, figure that out, and then let me know.
I'm
and
just
let us
trying to
know.
deal with efficiency
Yeah.
because we have a whole stack of motions that the state believes has already been addressed.
That's
Most
right.
of them have already been addressed, so we don't want to reinvent the wheel.
All right, so Ms. Hudson, that ballpark, that's in your ballpark to let us know.
Yes, John.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. So, all right, then let's do this. if you'll just let us know sometime in the next 30 days, does that give you plenty of time?
Yes.
All right, because then we could schedule it for June. And because we have a little bit of wiggle room around there. Because again, once we hit July, I intentionally take a breather for the court to let everybody go spend time with their families around here because we push everybody around here pretty hard. So, so I just need to know sooner rather than later. So if you'll just it's March 31st, so just let me know before the end of April. And that way we can try to maybe get it scheduled May or June, somewhere in that ballpark.
And the state just wants to go on record that as of today's date, everything that the state has been given to the defendant. We are currently trying to find some more stuff, but there is nothing, because I think that there's a motion regarding discovery. We don't have anything else. As soon as we get it, we'll give it to them.
Yeah, because I know there's some sort of there's some sort of video floating around out there that y'all are going to work out. So,
Yeah, I've already, George gave it.
That sounds great. All right. What else do you need addressed, put on the record? Anything else, Ms. Sexton?
Not regarding this case.
Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right. All right. Well, Mr. Stringer, again, I am sorry for the difficulty this decision is going to cause you in your child custody hearing. Unfortunately, these are the difficult decisions I'm responsible for making. So work closely with your attorneys. You pick some great attorneys, do what they tell you to do, and you're going to be okay. All right.
And for the record, the state also apologizes. I had no idea when we were first doing this that we would have a critical officer that had at that moment.
Yeah, it is what it is. So, all right. Well, that's it. You're good to go. Carly's going to get you, Clint's waving his reset notice at you. And then y'all are good to go. All right, let's figure out who else is here, get us finalized and what's next. So, trying to pull up Teams, but I'm not having any luck.